What's up, capoeiristas? This is your host, Instructor Kashishi, and today's episode, by we say we, all of us capoeiristas. I'm having the very very good friend of mine. Met this person a while ago. Always capoeira does bring people together. This person is from Capoeira Brasil, Cali Desert. Instructora Valente. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be on your podcast.
Yes, yes. Thank you for making the little time, the little window for sharing this
Of
experience. And
course.
yes, so like any interview, I'm gonna start from the beginning, from your very beginning on capoeira. So when you started, like from the first day until today, and you can start however you want.
Okay.
Okay.
So actually, I signed up for my first capoeira class in San Diego at University of California, San Diego
Okay.
in the year 2000.
Okay.
And it was a recreation class on campus. And unfortunately, last minute, before I started the class, I had a change in my academic course schedule. And
Okay.
there was another class that was scheduled on the Capoeira nights. And I
Oh,
was sad, and I had already paid for it. So actually, one of my best guy friends at the time, I said, "Hey, have you heard of Capoeira?" And he said, "No." I said, "Well, it's this kind of like breakdancing thing. You should go
yeah.
check."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I said, "I paid. You should just take my spot." So he took my spot, and he ended up becoming very into capoeira. He was practicing every day for a few years, and so I went to his batizado.
Okay.
In, I believe 2003, 2004. And then I saw him and his friends doing capoeira at a party in
Oh,
about
cool.
2000, I think it was 2005. And then I
Okay.
said, okay, that's really cool, but I want to learn breakdancing.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
so I moved to Seattle after San Diego, and I was living up there 2005, 2006. And in 2006, I said, okay, I can't find a breakdancing class, but there's a capoeira class. I'm going to try it and learn breakdancing from capoeira.
Oh, cool.
So
Okay.
so
Mhm.
I went to Grupo Hache in Capitol Hill in Seattle,
Oh,
and
nice.
an amazing class. It was Coquinho who was the instructor at the time.
Okay.
And it was a great group, very, very friendly. And after the first class, I said, okay, I don't care about breakdancing. Capoeira is it. And
Capoeira is my thing.
capoeira is my thing. And I knew from day one that that was for me for the rest of my life. So that was
Nice.
in February of 2006. Then from there, I moved to Los Angeles just a few months later. I was very sad to leave that group in Seattle. They were so nice. And it was, just about 10 people in that group. So it was very intimate. They were very
Okay.
helpful. I moved to Los Angeles, and I joined Capoeira Brazil in Los Angeles in
Oh,
2006.
cool.
Yeah, and had an amazing experience there. And I've been with Capoeira Brazil ever since.
Oh, that's so nice. That's how it was. Same thing. I saw my friends just doing a little bit breakdance, and then they started talking about like, oh, the jinga, the hamada, oh, macaco. I was like, what the heck is this, man? Like, I was like, weird names. Then my friend told me, oh no, they are doing capoeira stuff. My brother does at this place, and that's how I started. Pretty much same thing. So like everyone else in capoeira, or like at least the one that have 6 months, 6 plus months, everyone can get a nickname. So
Yes.
like for example, Kashishi, mine started because I was a really tiny guy, super skinny, but I had a big ass Kashishi as a necklace. But I'm talking about like probably like 3 inches, and like make the sound and everything. And my instructor by that time, he was like, "Man, I don't know what to put you," and he told me like head to toe, and he saw a big Kashishi. I was like, I think Kashishi is your name. And he was like, you like it? I was like, man, I love it because it's part of the beating bow. And no one is called Kashishi around here. I was
Exactly.
like, yes, I'll take it. So
That's a
what is the story behind your nickname, Valente?
so I received my name, I believe, after about a year and a half in capoeira.
Okay.
And one thing that anyone who remembers when I first started capoeira in Los Angeles is I didn't really have a good understanding of my level compared
Okay.
to people with much more experience. And so I would, play in the Havas if I had much more experience than I did. I'm sure
Yeah.
it didn't look that great, but I didn't care. I just went for it. I played everyone very hard, and thankfully I did not die in that process.
Yeah.
But I just had no sense of fear with it at all. I just didn't have any uh, worries about it. I just
Yeah.
went,
Yeah.
loved it so much I didn't care.
Yeah.
And no matter how it looked. And so I believe that's why I got the name Valente, because I I think probably a better name for me would have been like Clueless, but instead of Valente. So it just stuck. And so yeah, I hope now I have a better understanding of where I'm at in relation to other people with more experience and who are bigger than me. But at the time I didn't see it. It was kind of
Yeah.
like, the small dog barking at the big dog,
Yeah.
that was kind of me.
Usually a Chihuahua and the other one is the
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
yeah.
But
Well,
it's very funny to look back on, actually.
yeah. Yeah. Same. I bet like right now you know like okay no I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I'm much, much more hesitant now. After I broke a few bones, I kind of backed down a little bit.
Just a few.
Just a few, yeah.
And so Valente means in English for people that they don't know what it
It,
means.
it means brave.
Perfect, perfect, and which makes a lot of sense because you just went for it and
Yeah.
yeah, nice.
Yes.
And so now that you are teaching, and at some point, almost oh, teaching is not for all of us, and
Correct.
which is right, and not everyone wants to teach, but some of us want to teach, and or now that you are teaching, that you have a studio where you teach, uh, what do you think about the business and capoeira and how your own perspective on how what do you think about those combinations?
So I'm in an interesting situation because Mestre Mijinho and I actually created a nonprofit for our academy. So I receive no income at all
Yeah, yeah,
for teaching, and we put a lot of heart and soul into
of
this.
course.
So for me, it's all about the love of capoeira. It even though it takes up about as much time as my day job, and I work in a hospital, even though it
Yeah,
takes about as much time as my day job, when you think about my training, the administration, the
of course.
website, communication with families, and
Yeah,
marketing, everything, and the teaching itself, cleaning the academy. I clean the academy, Measurement Junior cleans the academy. We don't have a
yeah,
cleaning service do it. We're really in the trenches here. I would say that I spend as much time at capoeira as I do on my day job, and I don't personally. I'm not receiving any money back on it, and that is a choice for me
yeah,
because
of course.
I absolutely, absolutely love capoeira, and I
Yeah,
just want to move it forward. With that being said, of course, it's still a business. For
yeah,
example,
yeah.
if I mean, we have a standalone studio. There's nothing other than capoeira in our studio, and it's a nice
Okay,
space. And so, in order to maintain that, of course, we have to treat it as a business.
of
So
course.
it's constant, marketing to get more students,
Yeah,
selling uniforms, having events. We have lots of workshops, keeping costs low. And so I do actually have to deal with the business side every single day.
yeah.
We do have, because we're a nonprofit, we do have scholarships available for children who
Oh,
can,
beautiful.
some families who cannot afford, but they do have to prove, that financially they are unable to
Okay.
pay. We never, ever, ever, ever turn anyone away because they can't afford capoeira. If they prove
Okay.
that they can, uh, uh, if they can prove their financial hardship, they get free capoeira. And
That's awesome.
that's nothing of them other than just showing up and having a good attitude and trying.
Yeah,
Fortunately, I have a lot of adult students who um, contribute extra to the
that's
nonprofit
awesome.
because they know what we're doing is from our heart.
Of course.
And, but it is a business, and I understand that this is sometimes the only income that a capoeira instructor or capoeira master is having. So of course it has to be treated as a business. Now the other side of that is that people need to give value to what you're teaching them, correct? So if you put on your website, hey, free capoeira for everybody all the time, someone's going to come and go as they please. They won't understand that, because they're not putting anything monetary in. Sometimes they just kind of like, oh, it's this fun, club thing, I go
exactly.
to a meetup group, but it's not that. It is a martial art, and I very much believe that people need to value it, and sometimes you have to put money on something to value it in this country. So exactly. I do believe that when someone has signed up for a contract, a 1-year contract, they're gonna go. They're gonna say, you know what? I'm spending that $80 a month, that $100 a month, $120 a month. I'm spending that money. I better go. If I don't go, I'm losing my money.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and with that being said, I do see a reason to put monetary value in classes so that people they come and they respect it and they appreciate what you're giving them.
Yeah. Plus, like say, like always say, like for example, you went to school to be in order to be in a hospital, right? To work in a hospital, and you dedicate period of time of your life, and you invest on school, books, and all those kind of stuff. And at some point, you gotta get that back. Plus, you gotta make a living. And all of us, we have 10+ years doing capoeira, and I think that would be really good for us and the capoeira field to understand that we have to treat this as a business, because at the end of the day, if you want to make a living, you have to treat it as a business. Anything's nothing's gonna come for free. So like, even doesn't matter what, if someone comes to knock the door, hey, you gotta pay rent. And I say, well, I do capoeira. Like I don't care, you still gotta pay rent. And I just hope one day will be the freedom to speak about business in capoeira. I think that's really important.
I think that's kind of, the way things are going now.
I think so too.
Because capoeira is young in the United States. It's young in the United States. And, United States, we're all about business, capitalism, marketing. We're very developed. And for better, for worse, that's how our society runs. And I think, the more influence of, American or even, European,
exactly.
as capoeira has gone to all these countries that have, really, a strong sense of, business. I believe that it's going to influence capoeira business no matter what. I don't think there's a way for it not to. And let's be honest, in these major cities where there's a lot of capoeira, rent is very expensive. Rent is very expensive in these big cities. Take a place like New York or Los Angeles or Chicago, rent is expensive. So
I bet
there has to be a business aspect of it so people can make the rent. There has to be.
Exactly. So to like keep the doors open.
And that's nothing bad. There's nothing negative about that. I mean, you can, there's extremes of everything, obviously we don't want to commercialize capoeira. We want it to keep strong and roots. Obviously, there's a way to go about that, a healthy way to go about that.
I believe so too.
To be the next Beachbody P90X program. No, but that's kind of the extreme where you have, capoeira workout, something kind of, taking
to still be healthy but still get a profit.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you mentioned some points really good with a non-profit and to help people. And what do you think from your own perspective? So that's why the podcast is called Capoeira Perspective.
Yeah.
What do you think the benefits that capoeira can bring to society from your own point of view?
So I haven't been teaching. I've been teaching probably, I want to say I've been teaching for like 3 years, 3.5 years, in my own studios each time. The whole time has been in my own location. And I have, because of that, all my students have come to me without any capoeira experience.
Yeah, of course.
Totally fresh. And I'm going to tell you, it is so dramatic, the change that I see in confidence
Yes.
in my students. And for me, that's everything. I don't teach children that often. I used to, but
Okay.
I actually prefer to focus on adults. That's just my attention span
Yeah.
is for adults. I kind of just have fun running around with kids. So I'm going to actually talk more about the adults.
Yeah.
For both women and men, I try and instill just a sense of um, uh, self confidence
Of course.
and really being believing in oneself. I get a lot of my first student that came to me was in Seattle, and he was
Okay.
57 years old.
Oh, wow.
57
Cool.
years old, and he had not been active in years. And
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you, it was so cool. I brought him to Brazil. He went and got his first cord in Brazil.
Wow. That's really cool.
Sabia's event in Niterói in front of so many people. And everyone said to him after, wow, you looked amazing. You were just gliding there on the
That's
floor.
awesome.
Like he looked awesome. And he's in his late 50s. And to me, that was everything. It like revitalized how he felt about himself physically.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of female students, who come to me in their 30s and they've been active but could be more active, and just the way they see their bodies change in their
That's
late
awesome.
30s is very empowering to them.
Yeah.
And I know it spills over into every aspect of their life, every relationship, because I see that they walk differently after that. They walk with a sense of feeling great about themselves, a sense of
That's
empowerment.
awesome.
And walking down the street, they feel different because capoeira makes us feel different. It
It
does. It
is.
gives
It
us a sense
does.
of, gives us not just in the way of, oh, I'm walking down this dark street, I feel safer. Of course
Yeah.
that's but
Yeah.
just in the day-to-day interactions and their jobs,
Yeah.
a sense of, hey, I can do this,
Yeah. Exactly.
especially
Give
like
you
when,
confidence.
yeah, and like I have, male students who have never sang in their life, and I teach
Yes.
them, hey, you can sing. Everyone has a good voice. There's
Oh,
not a
yeah.
bad voice in this room.
Yeah.
Just helping them find their voice, it's very empowering to them too.
That's
So
awesome.
men and women alike, I try and empower them, and I think that giving back to society is you create better human beings.
Oh,
You create
yes.
better human beings.
Oh, yeah. And I can say the same thing with myself. Uh, the a lot of people won't never believe me that I used to be extremely, extremely introvert kid. That I used to be those kid that never made eye contact, never talked to people, never got close to someone, say, "Hey, hi, my name is blah blah blah."
Wow.
Because like when I got to class, I was the kid that sit in the very far corner, don't say anyone, did the class and left without saying hi, without saying bye, anything. And with the time, capoeira started bringing the craziness out of me, I guess. And then today's day, I tell people like, capoeira actually helped me to get out of my own bubble, my own shell. And people are like, no, I don't believe it. I don't think you used to be shy. I was like, well, don't believe me, but that's how it used to be. And I think capoeira is beautiful, and I love this.
Absolutely. And one thing I want to just one last thing I want to say with regards to what you just said. Um, I remember, believe it was the first time I went to Brazil. It was in 2007. I went by myself, and I was in Bahia, and I went to a roda in Salvador, and
Okay.
I remember feeling very uncomfortable there because I was a beginner, and
Yeah, of course.
everyone was really good, and I was very intimidated. And I actually crossed my arms like this,
Okay.
or at the roda, and this, I think it was like a contramestre. He came up to me. He literally took my arms and he put them down and he goes,
Oh,
"Don't do that. He goes, don't do
yeah.
that. Don't do that here." And I said, "Why?" And I didn't say why at the time. I said, "Why
Yeah,
later?"
yeah.
Because it kind of blocks off your energy, and it makes everyone look like you're uncomfortable, and you don't
Oh,
want
that's
to be
crazy.
uncomfortable. So to this day, when I see people at a roda and they're like this,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see experienced capoeiristas doing that. Of course
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
It's just people who are like, "Oh gosh, I don't want to play," or I'm
Yeah, yeah.
I always tell them, no, uncross, because I think that you're closing yourself off and you are showing your fear. And actually, you're just creating a cycle of fear in yourself when you're closed
Yes.
off like that. So I try and, have everyone, be open, open-hearted,
Yes.
there's nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's why I love so much capoeira because I've seen so many people changing. And since the first time I taught too, I saw kids super shy too, and that reminds me of myself. And be like, like, don't be shy. We're gonna make you be comfortable here. So don't worry,
Absolutely.
we got you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And now, getting very close to the end. Do you have any event coming up on your academy, or I know that you guys have your just have the bautizado.
Yes.
So the bautizado was probably like a month ago by now.
Yeah, it was about a month ago. It was awesome.
Yeah, I bet I saw pictures, videos. I was like, crap, I wish I was there.
I wish you
But
were there too. Next time.
yes, yes, next time for sure. And but yeah, so you have any event coming up?
Well, the dates are not yet planned.
Okay.
However, we have a kids batizado coming up in, I believe, April. But one thing that I am really looking forward to is I'm going to have a Joshua Tree capoeira encounter.
Nice.
I had the first night of our event in Joshua Tree this year. It was literally just the social part. We rented a really big house in the desert on like 5 acres,
Nice.
and we just barbecued. We had a hot tub.
Nice. Oh man.
Everyone just relaxed and got to know each other. And that's, I wanted everyone to feel very comfortable with each other
Yeah,
before
of
actually
course.
did Capoeira the next day. So I think that helped a lot. Everyone made a lot of new friends.
So
And
that
so
that was on your last bachizal, right?
that was my last batizado. So
Crap.
that was
Now I
actually,
feel more like why did he go there?
so, well, what I want to do next time actually is I don't want to incorporate the batizado with it. I just
Okay.
want to have, because sometimes, with batizados, there's a lot more stress involved, a lot more,
Yes.
it can be really serious. It's usually very serious. And so
Yeah.
what I want is something more like a cupwood encounter in Joshua Tree that is just basically tons and tons and tons of hoda. Why do we train cupwood? Why do we play cupwood for just the hoda, right? So
Oh yeah.
think I would love to do, and I haven't worked out the details yet, but I want to have some weekend planned in Joshua Tree where it's a lot of socializing and a lot of hada, maybe a workshop,
Nice.
but mainly just hada, and people, just having fun,
Nice.
relaxing, exchanging with each other, playing everyone that's there, not having it be so difficult to buy the game where, you maybe get to play one person. No, where you get to play everyone. That's kind of what I'm looking for
Nice.
outside.
Nice. That's a really good idea.
Yeah,
And
something really in nature. That's
that's
kind of
really
my
cool.
my style of event.
And how far is that from Palm Springs?
Palm Springs, it's about 40 minutes from Palm Springs. It's really close.
Okay. Oh, it's not that far. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what's really cool about Joshua Tree, it's a national park, and the house that I rented last time is actually outside the national park, but it's like a 10-minute drive into the park. So what we did the day after the socializing, we went on hikes with the instructors and with the
Oh,
contramesters.
cool.
We went on hikes through
That's dope.
Joshua Tree, and just beautiful, beautiful. You've been to Joshua Tree, correct?
No, I haven't. I haven't yet.
Okay. Oh, you were at Grand Canyon. Those are the pictures I
At
saw.
Grand Canyon. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So yeah, this is just another incredibly
That's
gorgeous
dope.
American park. It's just
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
It's just
That's
awesome.
that's dope. I really, really want. I'm going to see that.
Yes, next year.
Yes, yes. And so how people can find you? For example, if they're gonna go, they are passing by Palm Springs and they wanna go see the class
Yeah,
or
so actually, if
have a
they're
coffee.
passing by anywhere in anywhere Riverside County, actually, so if you're going to be in San Bernardino, Riverside, actually even Vegas or even Phoenix, we're not that far. We're kind of at a crossroads. We're
Nice.
2 hours from San Diego. We're 90 minutes from LA, 4 hours from Vegas,
Oh,
and about
cool.
3 hours from Phoenix. So we're super close. 5 hours from Tucson, and 90 minutes from Mexicali. So
That's so nice.
yeah, so many. We're in a great little location. If you
Yeah,
don't mind
yeah.
driving through the desert for a long time, not seeing anything along the way. But yeah, please come by, see us anytime. We're at offthegridmovement.org,
Okay.
offthegridmovement.org. Also, you can find us on our Instagram, Capoeira Cali Desert, Capoeira Brazil Cali Desert, and
Okay,
also
cool.
my personal Instagram is Minjinho Valente, at Minjinho Valente.
That's nice. That's nice. Perfect. You giving me the perfect information. Yeah, so that people, if they passing by or they vacation, whatever, they can say hi or go have a
Absolutely. We
capoeira,
are
whatever.
super open. Every single group, any style. We're just happy to have people come on by. So, of
Perfect. Perfect. So to wrap it up, I just want to say thank you so much. I really
thank you.
appreciate your time,
Of
to
course.
sharing your experience, to sharing your knowledge, your any information that you have that help us grow as a community, as a capoeira.
Awesome. And congratulations on your podcast. It's awesome.
Thank you.
I'm excited about it.
Thank you. Thank you. Me too. I'm excited about all the information that is coming. I have pretty good ideas for the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, I will talk to you soon.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.